you said, they work 10 shows a year or something and think that they have it, or they go home and nurse their injuries for 3 weeks at a time.
The stuff they do is ridiculous, and it's unfortunate that, again, there's nowhere for these kids to go to really learn the craft. I mean, to be a good professional wrestler, you've got to get in and you actually have to wrestle. You've got to be with guys better than you in order to get better yourself. Iron sharpens iron. You know, you can't puddle around with a bunch of know-nothing kids. You might come out looking better, I guess, if you're beating the hell out of some 150-pound kid. But how far is that going to really take you? Are you really being challenged by that?
Yeah.
I mean, when I used to train guys, it was a three-way system. You'd start literally on the ground, and then you went to a platform, and then you went to the ring. You earned your way into my ring. You just didn't show up. And I'll tell you something else. I've never charged anybody a penny to train. Not one red cent. Because the second I take your money, I'm obligated to train you. You know, I'm not obligated to do anything for anyone. And I will not unleash another unqualified guy in this business. That's all there is to it. Just because you paid me, that would be the only reason. That's my motivation for training you. No, the guys that I've trained have been actually good professional wrestlers, and they've gone out and they've done well for themselves on some level. But the business has changed so much that it's not the business that I broke into. It's, what do they call it? Sparks Entertainment. It's an oxymoron because you made sport and it's not entertaining. So what does that make? You know, when wrestlers aren't even allowed to call themselves, I'm proud to be a professional wrestler. You know, professional wrestling paid for my house. Professional wrestling supported my family. Professional wrestling just bought me a brand new pickup truck. Professional wrestling is what I've done pretty much my entire adult life. And now I'm in a position where Great White North Championship Wrestling has given away almost $20,000 since 2007 to various charities.
And that's your doing?
That's all of it. Yeah, I don't. It's not about needing the money. Mm-hmm. I've had a great life. A lot of the guys that come and work for the GWN, everybody has real jobs. What's $20? It's nothing. Yeah. I just want another day in the sun. I'm having a great time. I love to wrestle. I love to fight. I love watching the kids. I love watching the reactions of the fans. It's supercharged. It really is. For anybody who's never done it, when you have that emotional connection with a room full of people, it's like nothing that you've ever had. And I'm sure Chris can attest to the fact that on many occasions these children will cry. I'm getting the hell beat out of me and you see tears. I see grown women crying. You know what I mean? Because they have that emotional investment in what we do. And that's what separates us from everyone else, is that these fans, I can almost name these people at this point. You know? I mean, but that's happened on its own. And it's nothing I've encouraged. I mean, I don't even think Chris could say that we do a lot in terms of promoting it. My problem with promoting, because I only run shows for charity, and they're always for sick children, always. I refuse to exploit a child to make $1. And so essentially what I do is I always guarantee the charity $500. If it comes out of my own pocket, I'll hand you $500. And essentially it goes $500 or 20% of ticket sales, whichever is greater. But you're walking out with a minimum of $500. And I think that's what's missing in a lot of the wrestling now. When I broke in, charity events were at least probably 20% of your yearly roster. When was the last time anybody did a charity wrestling event?
You guys are always doing them.
Well, that's it. We're the only ones who do them, and that's the only reason I do it. There's never been a for-profit show done in the GWN.
Well, that's good to hear that you're giving back to the community that gives back to you.
Always, and these people show up in droves. You know, I don't have a lot of it. I mean, we did it this time. We did advanced ticket sales and this nonsense. I have people that sell 200 tickets 20 minutes after I give them to them. I don't have to do all that nonsense because they know that that money that's being raised is going to that sick child in his family, and that's what's important. And the only thing I want is to be able to get in the ring. That's all I want.
And beat someone up with a chain, or
I've got a great job. I've had a fantastic run. I mean, I'm not delusional. I don't think I'm going to get that cow and go back to Japan or any of this nonsense. But I was smart with my money, and I didn't piss away my life. And I come out of the northeast end of Hamilton, you know. So I remember this was truly steel town, the Love Brothers. I mean, my God, Jack Records. You think of the luminary guys that came out of this town, and you look at it now. And I mean, at some point I was asking some of the boys if they passed some sort of a law that you had to only be 160 pounds to be a professional wrestler. I mean, there was a time you wouldn't even be allowed to park cars, you know, and that's just the way the business has gone. And that's fine.
And that's why I'm not a wrestler. For anybody
well,
that ever asked me like that.
I've trained a lot of guys that were probably $160, $170, but oh my God, they were tough as shoe leather. The stuff I see now is like ballet. I don't even know how describe it. I mean, we call them spot monkeys. Is there really, every match looks the same? Is there really any rhyme or reason to what it is you're doing?
No random DDTs.
The shows never go together. There's no reason to see the next one. It began and ended right here. You know, guys paying astronomical amounts of money to bring in some former such and such. Are you kidding me? If anybody could make a dime on them, they'd still be there. You know, but this is what guys, it becomes an ego project. Me, I take a lot of young guys, I try to teach them right. I have enough veterans to help.
Don't hang up that phone, Chris.
I have enough veterans that they can help shake the green off of the rookies. We put them in front of a hot live audience. Our fans are loyal, you know, and we'll continue to do what we're doing until such time as I personally just can't do my boots up anymore.
Cool. I want to go back on something. You said you went and worked for the Harts. Is there any story behind that, or how did you get into working for the Harts?
I've never been stretched like that in my life.
In the dungeon?
Oh my God. I honestly, you know, I don't know what I can say here in terms of being graphic.
Sure.
At one point I had to swallow.
Anything. I don't care.
You know, I mean, you're in these holes, and I'll tell you what, I could taste shit, so I swallowed knowing that was my asshole. I've never been, I mean, you learned how to shoot, you learned how to hook. And that's another thing that's missing in this business today is the guys just, they don't have a clue how to take care of themselves in there. I mean, I had a really long amateur career both as a boxer and as a wrestler. I mean, I grew up in the business. I mean, I knew sugar holds before I was 8 years old. You know, I mean, as an amateur, I would torture guys. It's just, that was the nature of the way I was brought into this business. And you didn't ask questions, and you got it back too. I mean, my dad, when I was training to break in this business, I mean, my breaking in was a fist fight. I got into a fist fight at a match with a wrestler of all things. I was 16 years old. And the promoter liked it so much, he sent me out a business card and asked me if I wanted to train. That's how I broke into the business.
So you were an angry fan then?
No, actually we were all there. We were enjoying ourselves, having a great time. And my one friend's little brother went and asked for an autograph. And the heel was a dink and faced him, pushed him down. And I went over to a chair and started hooking this fucker for a while. You don't do that kind of shit. You still don't. I mean, I wouldn't allow it at one of my shows. And the guy was just an asshole. Don't know how else to say it. Just an asshole. Called himself the Butcher. Fat. Never mind. Anyway.
I'm sure that wasn't Abdullah the Butcher, right?
No,
or else
no.
you'd be eating pork to this day.
Abby would never do that to a fan. This guy was just disrespectful.
That's good. Do you have any other memories of being in Calgary or with the Harts at all, as far as that territory goes?
Absolute worst drives of my life. Cold 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The absolute worst money I've ever made in my life. No, that's not true. Tomco was the worst money I ever made in my life. Sleeping on a goddamn front veranda. Those were my accommodations. And he used to get you off the bus and take you straight down to the dole office so you could get welfare. You knew right there. And then there's, you know, you go back to the Bearman and you always knew and you weren't getting paid because that would become that case of export. And you knew you weren't making a dime that night. You know, or you got stuck wrestling in that goddamn bear.
Wrestling a bear?
Yeah, the Bearman's big thing is he had a wrestling bear.
Oh, yeah? And
so we'd get the rookies on there. The rookies would go in, and what we'd do is we'd steal the honey and jam packets from the various restaurants that they give you and put it on your head, and as the rookie went up to face the bear, you'd slap him on the ass and say, "Good luck, brother." And he'd have this big thing of strawberry jam on the back of his trunk, so the bear would get a whiff of that and damn near rape him. God, it was the funniest thing you ever seen in your life.
Did you have a situation like that in your rookie experience with the bear?
God, you know what? That bear, I don't know what its problem was, but it was just pissed off with life. It really, you know, you get in with it, and you're going to be covered in bear hair. The idea that you're going to get in and physically manhandle a bear, you're stunned. I mean, these things are 500 pounds. It's pissed off for being in there. I mean, mind you, it used to drink Coke and Pepsi by the gallon. And
yeah, I always figured they fed them 40s or something.
But, you know, overall, I mean, yeah, you knew you were going in, and the bear literally, once it got a hold of you, you were just getting, it would mop you up. I mean, you'd be just covered in bear hair and piss and shit. And it was the most disgusting experience of my young life. But I'd do it again in a second if it meant getting back in.
And you got the win?
Nobody beat the bear. I don't care who you were. That thing would just get a hold of you, bend you over backwards, fall on you, just beat. It was kind of like watching a turtle bang an army helmet. You know, I mean, it was a goal nowhere proposition, but it wasn't much fun. You know, you hit it once, the thing gets a hold of you, swipes you to the ground, and then it's just this for the next 20 minutes, and you try to cover up, screaming like a girl. So there you go. There's your experience of wrestling a bear. And then eventually the bear man would pull it off of you, and you'd be just covered in hair. You wouldn't even know what color your tights were.
So I guess you don't think the silverback's so big then, eh? If you're
Oh, no, once you fought a black bear, everything else is just inconsequential after that. You're good. You're good to go.
Makes sense. Well, thank you for your time today. I'm going to
Thank
wrap
you.
this up. Everybody come out to the next Great White North Wrestling show that comes on.
I just want to say one more thing.
Sure.
GWN, like I said, is strictly a charity-based organization. We're located here in the Hamilton area. We don't jump around. We don't go anywhere. The bottom line is, if you like hard-hitting professional wrestling action, where the guys hit and there's, just tons of stuff going on, then you'll love GWN. If you remember anything prior to Hulk Hogan, you're going to love the GWN. So please come out, enjoy yourself, and help support the wonderful causes that we get involved in. Thank you very much, Jesse.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
No, thanks, man.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Chris.